Chair feels a little low. Chair feels a little low. It's all right though. Just a little lower than I expected. Shouldn't be a problem. Took my pills. "56 years old. Take some saw palmetto, it's called, for prostate health." Oh, turn a little bit towards the window. Sun's rising over the buildings. Bet you I get some pretty sunrises in here at certain times of the year. It's weird how sunsets and sunrises are changed so dramatically over different times of the year. Good morning, Julie Flanagan. Good morning, Big Henry. Good morning, Chip. I know late fall, early winter sunsets are always beautiful. Maybe the sunrises are too, but I just kind of remember those short days and when the sun gets really low and the clouds are just so, and the sun changing the color of the sky so dramatically. Just gonna take a sip of my coffee. Just gonna take a sip of my coffee because I want to. Oh. For 6-ish years, I've been doing the same introduction. Good morning, 55. Good morning, Make Me. I've been doing just about the same introduction. I don't even know how it happened. I never wrote it. It just started. Always waited to have my first sip of coffee till I finished my introduction. Looks like today we're not going to do that. Today we're not going to do that. Today we're just digging right in, just diving into the pool, just going for it. Cheers, Chip. But I will say the date. It is Friday morning. I might as well say it. I don't know what I would do. I don't know how I could get going without saying good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. By the way, I did a little research into this. Let me tell you the date. There's some value to me saying the date. It is Friday morning. It is April 11th. It is 6:44 a.m. Happy Friday. It's a show I've been doing for a while, long while. It's a show about me talking. It's a show about me sharing some feelings, kind of sharing the adventure that is life. For those that have been watching a while, though, you know it's not just a show about me talking. It's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. I think maybe calling it love of coffee is overstating it. But coffee's, well, I mean, I guess you could say the same thing about beer or what else, whatever stuff. A reason to get together, a nice opportunity to have some conversation with friends. And it's kind of what I look at this show is about a little bit. Did a little research. I was talking to a woman at work yesterday who didn't, she goes, "So what's your story?" And I told her part of my story, and she goes, "Oh, those are red flags." I don't know. I think everyone has red flags. I think, what's a red flag? I go, well, duh. Twice divorced. Moved to Wisconsin. Doing the job I'm doing. Red flags. I'm 56 years old. You know, if you're dating again or looking to date, and I'm not even looking to date or dating at 56, you probably got some red flags. You got some scars, you got some bad relationships, maybe even a skeleton or two in the closet. I think we all do. So I thought it was interesting she chose that. I also recognized, it was interesting, because there was a woman standing there and then went on to tell her backstory. And I go, well, aren't those red flags too? And she thought I meant the guy in this woman's story had red flags. She didn't see the woman's tale as being a red flag to a guy. Because the woman was telling her stuff, and it was the typical woman telling troubles with exes, everything you could imagine, that she's blaming the ex for where she is or what she's doing. But I'm telling you, as a guy hearing this woman's story, I'm going, wow, bet she had a hand in that mess as well. I think maybe it's because guys are more quiet and don't talk as much outside of me because I got a talk show. So we just sit there and observe. But I'll just tell you, women can have red flags as well. Have I ever been to the clink? It's a funny word, the clink. What was I saying? Oh. But anyway, so I did a little research. Hold on, let me tell you. I used AI. Despite all my fear-mongering that AI is going to take over the world and terminate us. I'm telling you, watch the movie. I used AI last night. The woman who said I had some red flags said, I told her about my coffee show. And she obviously knew my name was Ken, and she goes, oh, is it Koffee with Ken? And I go, no, I thought about that, but I think the regular way of spelling's better. And she goes, oh, it's a great marketing plan, or a great idea, or it'd be really neat. And I've had people say that to me before, thinking it should be Koffee instead of Koffee with Ken. Never thought so. It seems too schlocky. Seems too gimmicky. But I didn't know. I'd had a couple people say it. So I went on AI, or I guess I went on the internet. You could type in anything you want into one of these space bars and it gives you an AI answer. And I asked him, what's a better brand name for a talk show? Coffee with Ken with a C or Coffee with Ken with a K? And it said, generally, Coffee with Ken with a C, as if it's been asked this question before. It's amazing. It is pretty amazing, even though it's going to destroy us all. Go watch The Terminator. It is pretty amazing, as if it had been asked this question before. Oh. And it doesn't even say it like as an opinion. It says it as a matter of fact. Oh, the Coffee with Ken with a C is better because this, and this. And honestly, it had the same feelings as I did about the Coffee with a K. It was kind of, it didn't use the word schlocky, but it might have said gimmicky. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's see, who do we have talking to me today? Sometimes I get to talking, and I don't get to listening. And I don't feel too bad about that. Wait, you haven't seen the Terminator or Die Hard, Chip? I don't know, that just frustrates me. I just don't understand it. I mean, you're my age-ish. I think you're 55. Those two movies were made for men of our age, Chip, and you haven't seen them. Oh, have I ever been to the Clink? You look like my dad. Johnny Sins, Colonel Clink. Sorry, I'm going to go back and read a little bit. Let's see. Am I Mr. Clean? No. Good morning, Ken, says June Johnson. You have a day off work. And then you're headed to the sand dunes to enjoy the perfect weather today. Well, June, or John, or June, I can't even read it. You have a wonderful day as well. Let's see. I'm going to fast forward to the end. Terminator 1 and 2 are awesome. You're 48 and you can relate. And Bart, you're 48. I'm telling you, if you're a little older, it's even going to be more impactful. Chip is too busy to see those movies. But Chip, have my conversations about the movies Chip has not seen. No wonder my audience isn't exploding to huge numbers for wondering who this Chip is and what the heck's the matter with him because he hasn't seen Terminator or Die Hard. He's too busy. One of those movies was over 40 years ago, Chip, when you were a freshman in high school. And the other one was 35 years ago. Seems somewhere during those last 4 decades. I mean, I know you're clearly saying you have other things to do or you don't care to watch them. It still makes me laugh. I'm too busy to see the Terminator. Chip, it came out 4 decades ago. Probably not a fan of action flicks or, I don't know, Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger, I guess. What is the working hard place behind you? Working hard. I don't see a working hard placard behind me. I don't know what you mean. Vin Diesel. Hello. How are you, Vanessa? Sorry, we got a sluggish show today. Sometimes you're going to get a sluggish show with me. Sometimes you're going to get a fast pace, don't know which direction it's going. Is he going to talk about sobriety today? Is he going to badmouth weed? Really pisses me off when he does that. By the way, speaking of weed, I think my kitchen or my bathroom sink smokes weed. It's a no-smoking building I live in. And you don't smell any smoke in the halls or in my apartment unless I'm leaning over the sink to wash my hands. And then every time there's a scent of weed right there. Makes me wonder, is somebody somehow in some apartment connected to me where the pipes go through the building and into, I don't know, somehow the tubes or pipes connect and my sink connects their sink. And there's a smell of weed by my bathroom sink. I mean, there could be more horrible smells, especially if they're bathroom connected. But I just find it interesting. I'm fairly sure either that's happening or my bathroom sink smokes weed. Wonder if it's chasing another high. Wonder if it's doing it to escape. Wonder if it buys it legally. Wonder if it's highly effective, has a successful career, and only smokes it in the morning. Wonder what type of smoker my sink is. Let's see. What is happening? Somebody called me Timu Willis. I don't know who that is. But I deleted my Timu app the other day. I had a lot of people suggest I use Timu to furnish my apartment. And I asked a lot of people, and a lot of people said, wow, you never know what you're getting. But they continue to use Timu to buy stuff, but they didn't think it would be a good idea to buy furniture. But either way, I deleted the app. Why not whiskey with Ken? Is weed legal in Wisconsin? I don't know. I almost don't think so. But I went into a smoke shop one night just to check it out. And I'm pretty sure they were selling it here. They could have been maybe like buds of CBD, but it didn't look like it. I'm pretty sure they were selling it, but I almost thought I heard that pot was illegal in Wisconsin still, or not available for sale and retail. I don't know. It's not legal, right, Julie? Yeah, then it couldn't have been weed they were selling, but it looked like it. They had buds in a jar that they were selling. Could it have been buds? It was like CBD or something like that? Let me see. Delta 8 and Delta 10 are legal. Where is my coffee? My whole channel is a lie, said Jerome. Relax, Jerome. My whole channel's not a lie. My coffee's right here. And there's times when I haven't drank coffee on my show. I've been sick, so I had some tea. I hope that doesn't make my whole channel a lie, because I was drinking tea. But I could understand your pain. You might tune in hoping, praying that there's a bald man in Appleton, Wisconsin, drinking coffee that you could enjoy a nice hot cup of coffee with as well. So you tune into my channel, you've heard rumors about my show. It's legendary after all. And then the one day you tune in, there is no coffee. I could understand your disappointment. It's pretty funny, Jerome. Should be coffee, sometimes tea with Ken. I mean, just because I drink tea when I'm sick, do I really need to change the name of my show? I mean, I appreciate your strictness to a name and your desire for the truth in marketing, because it's very important. But I mean, I only really drink tea when I'm sick. I mean, it could be coffee with Ken, sometimes tea when he's sick with Ken. But that is very long. That is very long. Is caffeine a drug? Maybe. I don't think it's a problematic drug. I mean, I guess it's officially defined as a drug, but it's not something that occupies my mind when I'm not having it. And I talk about this. I think everyone knows the dangers of alcohol and the poison that alcohol is and the damage it does to the body. But the one thing, and it's kind of true with sugar. I'll tell you this, it's true with sugar, not with caffeine. I got home from work last night, and the other day, I went grocery shopping, and there was like 2 packs of Nutty Bars. They're unfairly tasty. They're little wafers of peanut butter and chocolate layers, and they're light and fluffy, and just almost too tasty. It's just not fair. Uh, and I had 3 packs left. Each pack comes with 2. It was kind of late. Should have been brushing my teeth at this time. Nutty Bars aren't good to have when you need to brush your teeth because you got little pieces of them floating around for a while that you got to get out before you brush your teeth, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I had a pack, and as soon as I bit into that first delicious bar, I knew I was going to eat all 3 packs. Because I find the issue, for me at least, and I bet it's for a lot of people, with sugar is the same as it is with weed and with alcohol. That if I have a little bit, I don't want to have 1 beer. I don't want to have 1 hit of weed. And I don't want to have 1 Nutty Bar. Because as soon as I have 1, my mind becomes obsessed with having more beer, weed, or Nutty Bars, or almost any cookie or chocolate. People offer me a cookie. I went into a coffee shop the other day and got talking to the barista, and she offered me a free cookie because it was my first time there, and they looked delicious. But I said, no. Because if I have 1, I'll just want to eat the rest of them. And the same is true with weed and alcohol for me, and it's just not true with coffee. If I have, I might finish the pot today, or I might have 2 cups. If this was a pot of Nutty Bar, or a pot of pot, or a pot of beer, as soon as I had 1, it would be doomed to be finished. It would be an all-consuming thought in my mind, when am I going to have my next one? And for me, coffee is like a companion. It's nice to have around. But if it's not in the room with me, I'm not going, oh, where's my friend? And that's the way I feel. Let's see. I should have a fat joint with my coffee. See, I don't think weed is cool. Good morning, Opal. Little Debbie's coming out with Nutty Buddy snack cakes. Little Debbie's are also a problem, Bart. Those Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. They're all good. The zebra cakes. Those things are, I just shouldn't buy them. As soon as I have 1, I just want to eat them till they're all gone. Do scientists always know best? No, they don't. Scientists don't always know best. And the way you know that is scientists disagree all the time. Science is just kind of a best opinion based on the research they have. And often scientists are bought and sold. Their research is being paid by various companies, by Pfizer, and they're told to prove something. So they run the numbers to prove something. And you get a different company sponsoring the research, and they come up with different results because you can run the numbers a different way. What do they say? It's something like statistics and lies. I forget, there was a saying about that, but it's true. I'm about to make some coffee. Ooh, honey buns. Yeah, no, honey buns are dangerous too. All those little snack cakes are really a problem with me. Cookies, ice cream. I first moved in here 2 weeks and 1 day ago. And that day I bought a tub of ice cream and a couple frozen pizzas from Aldi's. And my freezer wasn't working right. It kept it kind of cool, but not really cool. and my ice cream melted, but the freezer got fixed. And somehow during the melting and refreezing process, the kind of changed. And like the bottom level was more icy and the top level was more creamy for whatever reason. And I was eating it, but I wasn't enjoying it. And I did that for 2 days. I threw out the third that was left in the tub of ice cream because I thought I was better than that. Not only were they empty, unhealthy calories, but the consistency wasn't even ice cream-like. Somebody likes my shirt. Well, Sarah, thank you so much. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Yeah, those ice cream sandwiches, the ones with the little, I don't know what that is. It's almost like a cookie. It's almost like a graham cracker. You know what I mean? The dark brown. It's kind of soft. They're ridiculously good too. They are ridiculously good too. Yeah, Sarah loves ice cream sandwiches. I bet we all do. If there's an issue with ice cream, it's that it needs a holder. In those ice cream sandwiches, you know, you need to get out a spoon and a bowl. I mean, I guess you need a cup for coffee. It'd feel funny drinking it right out of the pot. Let's see. Bart says he's been prescribed hydrocodone for 13 months now. Do you think it's right that people are prescribed that and not weed? It's ass backward if you ask me. Well, hydrocodone is a narcotic painkiller, correct? That is addictive. I mean, I don't know what your symptoms are. And can I get a little more coffee? We might go deeper into this weed discussion. Batty Lynn is having a hard time quitting smoking. Hold on. Let me go get a little more coffee, and then we'll come back and we'll dig a little deeper. Okay. Let's just piss off all the pot smokers, but let's at least call a spade a spade. A lot of times I'll bring up, and again, I smoked weed every day for 15 years, and I just knew how it affected me. And I knew I'd smoke in the morning, and the high was pretty good, and then it wouldn't be good the rest of the day, really. And I could chain smoke it, and would chain smoke it, hoping that if I smoked enough, I'd get high. And I sought out different strains, or different flavors, or different toxicities, or different indicas or sativas, all for the search. I'd invite different smokers over, hoping they'd bring different weed that would get me high. And I think you build up an immunity so quickly to weed that it takes the fun away, and you search out a greater high. Where was I going with this? So anyway, I've seen it. It happened to me. I craved it all the time, but didn't really enjoy it when I was smoking it. And I'm betting all you pot smokers out there feel the same way, but you're in denial. You'll learn. And I'd argue for its legalization, and I'd argue that, it's natural. And I probably made the same dumb argument that you guys all make. Oh, what about cancer patients? What about cancer patients? Well, do you have cancer? No. Then don't make that argument. Sure, if I'm getting chemo and my body is ravaged with the evils of cancer and I'm nauseous and can't eat anything, smoke what you want. Smoke what you want. But most of us aren't in that situation that smoke weed every day. Most of us are just looking for a little escapism, and not that escapism is that bad. But I don't even care. I don't even care at all what you guys do. I really don't. I mean, I don't at all. That's what my show's about. It's not like advice per se. It's just personal experience. And I realized I didn't want to spend my life hoping to get high from weed and smoking it and craving more. Bart says, okay, we'll dig deeper. Bart says dabs and weeds or vapes are unpleasant high, just not the same as flower. Bart, that is one area I will agree with you. As I was leaving my smoking life, the last part of it, the oil got real popular and you could vape weed. I mean, it got you a little high. But I'll tell you what, if we're going to talk about smoking weed, I always loved the smell and the taste of, as Bart would say, flower. As Bart would say, flower. I really loved the taste of it. How long till I gotta go to work? Today is my day off, raw dog, so I'm not working today. I am not working today. I took Friday off. Usually Friday's my long day. Tell you what, I'm happy it's not my long day today. A long day is very long. I work a somewhat physical job that I really enjoy and I think I'm pretty good at. And, but I'm 56 years old and I get tired. I think I'm in a constant state of tired. I find myself a little bit like a hamster on a wheel. I'm sure we all do at times. Because no matter how much I work, the upside of what I do, because it's relatively kind of an hourly gig, and no matter how much I work, I'm never going to get like super far ahead. I can't really knock the cover off the ball doing what I do as a primary job. I've always been in jobs where I could tenfold my income if I really kicked butt at it. I've always been in commission and sales jobs. I was a stockbroker and I was a realtor, and if I had huge months, I'd feel like I could buy anything I wanted. The only way I can really impact my income right now is working more. And I'll tell you what, I'm pretty tired. I mean, I like what I do, so I don't dread it. But boy, it's nice to come home, get in a hot bath, and sleep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm a little struggling with that. I don't want to say worried or troubled, because worries and troubles, give those to God. But I wonder how I'm going to get ahead. And then I go, oh, well, I do coffee with Ken. I do coffee with Ken. Is there any room for growth at my job? If not, maybe find something else. Lumiere, no, I wouldn't really say there's what you'd describe as growth for it. Growth in my job. But I like it. And I agree with what you're saying. I think long-term Coffee with Ken is my answer. Build up an audience, get a huge following, drink coffee, and talk to people. So if anybody new is out there, please subscribe. We might be going through 6,400 subscribers today. We might be going through 6,400 subscribers today, and wouldn't that be exciting? Here's to 6,400. But I need your help. Anybody new out there, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. So back to the job. No, I don't really think it's like an upwardly mobile job. But I kind of enjoy it. I'm pretty good at it, and it pays the bills. But I have to work very hard at it. And not that I'm against hard work, but do you know what I mean? I'm limited because you can only work so many hours there. They don't want you to work more than 40. And even working 40, I'm tired as hell. And my life is almost just a series of work, baths, sleep. But since I kind of like what I do and who I work with, it's not bad. But I realize I'm limited in terms of knocking the cover off the ball. And there's more important things than knocking the cover off the ball, but I'm still digging out of a hole, the financial hole created by 2 divorces and inconsistent, sometimes spectacular, sometimes spotty income. Again, as a realtor, you'd have huge months, but as a divorce realtor, you'd have consistent financial responsibilities. And some months you wouldn't make any money, so you'd borrow from Peter to pay Paul, and you wouldn't pay your taxes quarterly, and you'd get behind on those. And not woe is me, but it's just my story. And no matter how much I do work with my current job, I'm not going to get out of that stuff. Do judges have a bias against the man in divorce court? I don't really think so. I think society as a whole, and maybe nature. I think if your children are very young, they need their mother more. They need their mother more. When they're babies, oftentimes a mother will breastfeed. That's certainly something I can't do. And I think generally, and don't get mad at me for saying it, mothers provide something different than fathers do. That's something different. It might be more important when the children are really young babies and toddlers and what have you. But I'm sure for their emotional growth, a father's love and strength is important as well. But yeah, I don't really think the court's biased against men. I think society, if you're getting divorced and you have little ones, I think generally they're going to be with the mother more, and maybe that's okay, and maybe it's old-fashioned of me thinking that's okay, and certainly that's the way it's worked out in my life. Is the judge a man or a woman? Well, I've had divorce judges that are both men and women, and again, I don't think they're biased. If anything, I think a woman judge will be biased, will value a man's contribution to raising a kid more. If anything, and you're getting divorced and you're a man, I think you might be better off if you with a female judge. Because, and I don't know why but I'll just say maybe women understand the importance of their father in their life and the value that their father provided them, guiding them, and therefore don't want to see the kids removed from the dad. Yeah. Raw Dog saying 70% of divorces are filed by women. Was that my experience? I don't need to share my experience, but just because divorces are filed by women, that doesn't mean that the man didn't initiate the process. You know what I mean? I think in the divorce process, and I'll look at it and understand a woman's side, it's probably easier for a man to say, hey, I want a divorce, and then not file and leave it in limbo. And limbo's not a good state for the woman at that point. And the woman and children need some legal protection and legal support and legal responsibility from the father. And I'm guessing that's why more often women actually file the divorce papers. So just because women actually file the papers doesn't mean they initiate the divorce more. So I kind of think that's a misleading statistic, if you will. Bart was raised by a single mom, never knew his father. That's had to impact you, Bart. A little bit. Oh, somebody was saying it's my day off. Although it's my day off. By the way, I get to drive down to Chicago today. I have two beautiful little ones and two beautiful older ones. I have four beautiful kids. And there's a meeting at my son's school today. He has Down syndrome. His name is Augie, and he's the little sweetest thing. And I haven't seen him in too long, and it's makes me sad, so I try not to think about it. I need to get some things done up here. But anyway, there's a meeting at his school today. It's called an IEP meeting. Somebody asked me what it stands for, and offhand, I couldn't think of what IEP stands for. Anyway, I'm driving down to see how he's progressing in school and how he's doing, and see what the teacher thinks. And I don't think the teacher's going to say he's either good or bad. Hopefully she says he's a good little boy. Just hear how he's doing, and hear how he's progressing, and seeing if he's doing well with the kids in his class. And it's funny, she sent me outline of what the meeting's going to be about, and it's long and boring, and I'm more of an emotional guy, and I want to hear that he's a sweetie, or he's making friends, or he plays nice with others, or that he's a joy to have in class more than, I don't know. That's what I like to hear. And anyway, so I'm driving down to Chicago to go to that meeting today. And yesterday I searched how long the drive would be. And apparently Google Maps, or whatever map function we use on our phone, is smart and can anticipate or understands traffic. And if you're driving through a high traffic area and it knows it, it will add time to your trip. And yesterday I was asking how long would it take me to get there, and it said like 4.5 hours. And I'm going, crap, I didn't think it was that long. That's a lot of driving. But then last night I searched it up, and it was like 3 hours and 10 minutes. And I go, ooh, that sounds so much better than 4.5 hours. So I believe my drive will be just over 3 hours there and back today. When's the last time you were in a fight? Will you get time with my kids today? Will I get time? It's not, okay. Paulie said individualized education plan. All right, is that what it means? Thank you. My trip's not about getting time with my kids today, to be honest with you. As much as I'd like time with my kids, my daughter's going to be napping and my son's going to be in class. I'm here in Wisconsin hoping to create a better life for me and my kids. And I think sometimes You got to take your medicine while doing it. And for me, my medicine is being away from my kids a little bit. Hoping to get furnished and financially stable to have them up here for longer periods of time. So if I get to see my kids today, it'll be awesome. But if I don't, I understand it, and it's not. That's not what this trip is about. That's not what this trip is about. Are you going loose? The growth on the face today. I was wondering that. Usually what will trigger facial hair growth for me is a day where I do not shower for whatever reason. And a few days ago, I didn't work and slept in and maybe took a bath at night and didn't feel the need to shower in the morning, so I skipped a day of shaving. And then I go, hey, well, we've started it. Maybe we'll go a couple days. And I'm at like 3 days or 4 days without shaving right now. I appreciate you noticing. Good morning, dude. Thank you, Christy Lynn. Yes, individualized education plan. Bart says shaving sucks. I actually don't even think it sucks. But I like as a bald man, I don't get much variance in my look. Because I shave my head every day. Can't part it different, can't use gel, can't dye it. So it's how I look. So every now and again I'll grow a few days without shaving, but it's about as long as I like it. I think this is probably the way I like it. But I don't know, any longer I feel it gets scraggly and ugly. The dude shaved yesterday, first time in months. It felt good. Oh my gosh. I don't understand. And I'm up here in Wisconsin. There's a lot of guys with big beards up here. I think the people are nicer in Wisconsin than they are in Illinois, by the way. There, I've said it. I'm going to say it again. I think the people are nicer. And maybe not Illinois in its entirety, but I lived in Naperville, Illinois for the last 16 years. And not like they're not nice. But and this is, I don't know if it's going to sound condescending, but they just seem like regular folk and they're friendly. And they tend to have bigger beards. But the people are nicer, I think. I hate to generalize so greatly. But the people seem really kind up here in Wisconsin. What part of Wisconsin am I in? I'm in the lovely city of Appleton, Wisconsin. And I edit all these lives into shorts and reels and TikToks. And right now I'm about 6 or 7 weeks behind. And 6 or 7 weeks ago, I was living in a hotel. I just moved up to Wisconsin the previous week and a half. I was looking at real estate at small homes for sale near the downtown of Appleton. And I've noticed, and I've watched the real estate market, and I have a search set up on Redfin, and I'm not ready to buy a house yet, and I just moved in here 2 weeks ago, and honestly can't afford to buy a house. I can barely afford my apartment, but I love my apartment, and I would love to buy a house. But I've noticed the homes sell very quickly here in Appleton, Wisconsin. And I almost feel just over the last 2 months, I see asking prices getting a little higher than they were a couple months ago. And I'm almost worried that the effect of me doing Coffee with Ken and saying what a great town Appleton is driving buyers. Okay, it's probably not. But part of me wonders if I talk about what a great town is, people are going to start moving here. Buy up all the real estate and it's going to become like Naperville. Out of my price range. I don't want that. So it's 7:30. I'm having I'll call it 3.5 hour drive. So if I leave here by 8, I'll get there at 11:30 and the meeting's at 12:30. I'd like to have some cushion. I don't know if I need an hour cushion. But if I leave by 8 or 8:30, I should be okay. And it's 7:30 now. I need to eat some fruit, perhaps eat some cottage cheese, probably bathe, definitely bathe, and perhaps even shave, although maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'll go into the IEP meeting looking a little rough. Yeah. Clouds have kind of taken over the eastern sky. The sun, which was peering through this just a little bit ago, is covered up. Wonder if it's going to be a sunny day or a cloudy day. Hopefully it's a great day. Hopefully it's a great day. I think it'll be a great day. Wonder what I'm gonna listen to on the ride down. Again, I was listening to a lot of Stoic videos to kind of help me get through the some of the pain that was my failed marriage a few months ago. I find listening to those kind of relaxing now. And I've noticed a few times I'll be driving down the highway listening to it, and it's almost hypnotic. And my eyes start getting heavy. And I start wanting to nod off. I don't want to nod off on the highway. That's not a good idea. Will I hit up my old Naperville hotspots on my way back? I thought about going to a Starbucks or two and saying hi to some of the baristas. If I get there early, I might stop at a Starbucks. There was a coffee shop in Plainfield that I enjoyed that I'd like to check out again if I get there early. But for me to get there early, I got to leave in the next half hour. I'm in my PJs and my slippers, talking to you right now. I'm going to have to mobilize. I probably need to mobilize. I've already talked 52 minutes, wow. Usually talk for about an hour every day. Have a lot of fun doing my show, just me drinking coffee and kind of talking about things. And I don't know, sharing some stories. But I get to get going. I get to get going. Thank you, Opal. You have a wonderful day as well. Let's see. Let me see. So I'm going to have one more sip of coffee. We've had a wonderful audience today. We got 56 people watching. We got 30 thumbs up. I so appreciate your thumbs up and you watching. And anybody new here that hasn't subscribed to my page, please subscribe to my page. I don't know if you can see, it's always hard to do it backwards. I don't know if you know what I mean. But I was trying to reach for the picture and I went the wrong way and it's really over here. Felt a little funny. Let's see, let's turn it. It says Coffee with Ken and cheers. So if you're new here, if you are new here, please subscribe to my page. Again, I go live every morning. And I don't know, it's just me having coffee and talking. So if you want to have coffee and talk, please subscribe. Please join me tomorrow. I've got a busy day today, and I'm looking forward to getting to it. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope your coffee is hot. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye bye.